to another episode of fishingwithvance.com. Hopefully you guys have already seen the Pelican Bass Raider 10 review that Vance did. Basically going over the boat that he bought as he bought it. Plain Jane, no modifications, what he liked, what possibly could be improved, things like that. If you haven't seen that, please make sure you go and you check that out. The next video then that we want to do is showing you guys all the modifications that we've made to the Pelican Bass Raider 10 here for the year 2017, what we have used, what we like about them, maybe what do we need to change, and what's coming in the future. So we just want to be able to share these with you, and hopefully you guys have seen these before in some of our other videos. And then we want you guys to comment on these. What do you like? What do you think that we can improve? What do you guys use on your boats, etc. So please make sure that you comment down in the sections below. And some of the mods and the things that we have used here, as far as any of the specs, Vance will list down in the info that's going to be below. So please make sure that you comment. Please make sure that you hit like. Please make sure that you hit subscribe if you haven't already. So here we go. This is our Pelican Bass Raider and all the modifications that we've made to it. So a couple of the things here, we'll just go right around the boat and show you everything that we've done. So obviously we need to have an oar if we get into a pickle, so we just put some Velcro on there. That holds that oar on there great. As you can see, this thing's a little used, so we'll have to put some new Velcro on there. Then we got the table. The idea behind this is that obviously we were on both sides. We didn't have a lot of storage. We didn't have areas to put all of our stuff. We don't like putting our rods and our reels down here like a lot of other guys do, and that's just a personal preference of ours. So we needed to come up with something different. So one day after maybe I had a couple of these, I said, hey, why don't we put a table in the middle? We have all that wasted space in between us. We don't really like sitting back to back anyways. We like a little space in between us for casting and everything like that. So come up with this table idea. And basically what this is one of these original seat brackets that we got from Pelican, and then some wood, made the little lip around the outside here. Vance got some Flex Seal, some white Flex Seal, painted that guy down. That gave us our base for the table. Then we decided, hey, we need some pole holders. We need somewhere to get this net out of the way. So we got some 1.5" PVC pipe here, and we got, these are actually closet rod holders, and attached the PVC to there. Brought these guys up, notched those out, so now you can take up to 6 to 8 poles with us out on the boat, which seems like it's a little bit for the Pelican, but believe me, we love it as you're out there. If you have to re-rig, or if you get snagged, or if they're not hitting on the Zoom shad, we can switch right over to something else. These keep these up and out of the way. We don't really do any overhead casting. I know I don't. I'm mostly a side guy, so these don't come into play as far as with casting. Keeps these up and out of here. They can't fall off, and really gives us good storage here in the middle of the boat. A couple of the other things then, obviously with the table, it gives us space. We got all of our equipment bags. So in this Plano bag, we have a lot of our lures, soft plastics. We got our hard crankbaits, things like that. Gives us space then for our miscellaneous Turkey Thugs bag. So we got a whole bunch of the hooks and line. We have suntan lotion. Sometimes we'll put some food or some seeds or whatever in there. Bunch of miscellaneous things. Plenty of room then right there for that. Sometimes we'll take this bag and it will actually go down in here. We got plenty of room to put that bag down in there. Show you that. That bag can sit right there, and then the Plano bag can sit right there, and then either guy can get to it, no problems at all. So that gave us that basic working space. It also then gave us this space right here, so we could put some of the things that we're using, you know, lures, soft plastics, things like that, maybe some split shot, some hooks, whatever it may be. We can put that right here. Obviously then on the other side, I'll show you as we go over there. Gave us that space that we needed to be able to do whatever that we wanted to do. We put our tape measure up here so that we had a quick reference, so if we did get a hog of a bass or whatever, we could quickly measure that fish. Didn't have to get anything out of the bag or anything like that. We also put these fish grips on here too, and the idea behind this is so that if we did have a pretty big bass or a nice catch, we didn't want to have him out of the water too long so that he was having to suffer or, you know, basically suffocate. So then we could take these, we could grip him in the mouth, and then we could put him right off the boat, and then he could get back in the water so that he wasn't going to be suffering or anything like that. Really made a difference. We used that a few times, and that was definitely a nice upgrade there. We have a video out on that, so if you haven't seen me make that, make sure that you check that out. The other thing we did too, and I'll show you what we're doing, is this magnetic strip here. We got this. This was about $5. Just screwed that into there, and then that way you can put some of your various tools, other hooks, things like that, right to the boat. Keeps them up and out of the way. You know exactly where everything is, and it keeps it nice and tidy. Because you know how it can get on a fishing boat. You can get stuff that's going all over the place, lose things. You don't want to get hooked or anything like that. Probably then the last thing for the table, we put in these Ozark Trail can holders. So you can put cans, you can put bottles in there. These are insulated, helps to keep your drink nice and cold, especially when you're out there on a sunny day. These things are really cheap, a couple bucks, $2-3 bucks. You can get those at various retailers. Those have worked really great, especially for cans. We'll show you the High Life bottle over there that you can put in there. Those have worked really, really great. So those were a good addition. Just screwed that right down to the base of the table, and everything has worked good with that. So we really like that. Let me give you a quick show. All right, moving on then. One of the other things then that we needed, especially down here at this end of the boat, was some pole holders. Vance, for the most part, he fishes out of this end. And the way that the boat is originally designed, there's no pole holders down here. So we had to make some. The original design that we had was the same PVC that we used here. So basically 1.5 inches, and we notched it out. We attached it to those clamps, and off we went. That was good, but it wasn't really good enough. And what the issue was is that, you know, Vance might be fighting a fish or trying to bring in a fish or whatever. He needed someplace real quick to be able to put that pole. And trying to get that pole down into that little 1.5 inch hole was a challenge sometimes. So what we did, we went with 2-inch PVC. This is a reducer, 3-inch down to 2-inch. Notched that out. So then as you can see then, whenever you throw that pole in there, that's exactly what that's going to look like. The reel is out of your way, so if you're in here, you got the fish, you're working on something, whatever it is. If you're going to be re-rigging, whatever that scenario is, you got it and you're all set and you're good to go. We do a video out on this and how I made those and what that's all about. Really easy process, very inexpensive, and you can use this in a variety of applications, not only on the Pelican, but then I'm sure with other boats and things like that. But these have been a lifesaver. I know Vance loves them. I love them whenever we're out and we're fishing, and those have come in tremendously handy. Other thing down here at the end of the boat, as you can see, we got a little light down here. We use that for the night fishing if we're striper fishing or cat fishing. Just basically put that base down there with the Velcro. You can put that light up there, make sure that we are in accordance with all the rules and regulations no matter where you're at. So that has come in very handy. Let's see some of the other things that we've done. So obviously these seats are not the original seats that came with the boat. The original seats were your basic plastic seats. We decided to upgrade to these because normally whenever we're out on the boat, we're out there for 4, 6, 10, 12 hours at a time. You want to be comfortable. That's the number one thing. So these seats were a huge upgrade. Got these from Academy. They were pretty good, pretty reasonable price. I apologize, I can't remember. We'll add that in. But they have the nice thick plastic backing so that whenever my partner, he's playing Billy Bronco and setting massive hook sets, he can really get after it on these seats. So those have performed really, really well. The other thing, and probably one of the most important upgrades that we did on the boat, is this floor. Hopefully you guys have seen that on some of our other videos. If you haven't, check that out. Basically what this is, a few different names for it. It's a cow mat. Sometimes they'll call it stall mat. Bought this from Tractor Supply. As you can see, it's flat on this side, and then it does have the ridges on this side. Basically just cut that to fit, put that down in the boat, and that has made a tremendous difference on the boat from a couple different standpoints. Number one, it has provided better balance for the boat. That mat is not tremendously light. It is not really that heavy though either. So by putting that mat in there, that really added some stability, especially whenever we stand up. And that's the other thing that we now have the ability to do. You've seen this floor that is the original floor. This is corrugated or channeled, whatever you want to call that. That's hard to stand on. Whether you're in shoes or if you happen to be in your bare feet, maybe sandals or flip-flops, that's hard to stand on for any length of time. It's hard to keep your balance. Put this down, that gives you that nice sturdy floor, and then you can actually stand up in this boat. You can cast, you can fish, you can do whatever you want. Real big difference, and probably one of our favorite mods or additions that we made to the boat. What we did, if you guys can see, and you'll be able to see this on the other videos, is that we notched that out, and we'll throw a couple pictures in here later on for you. That's just notched out. Then our cabling comes up. We have the battery then is underneath our table. The battery is out of the way. The weight from the battery is centralized into the middle of the boat. That adds more stability as we have the two guys. You have the two motors, and that really does play a big difference. One guy doesn't get stuck with the battery in the cabling and having to fight with that. And that's made a big difference. We both really, really love that. Just notched out the floor, ran some extra cabling down through there, hooked that up to the battery, and off we go. We have that in a couple different videos as well, where Vance shows how he does that, how he sets it up, and then how we launch. So that flooring has been probably the best addition that we've made to the boat overall, I would say. To finish up, we'll come around here to this side of the boat. Obviously this side for the most part is the same. As you can see then with the table and the space that we have, you can put your miscellaneous things out here. You can put your phone here if you need it. Here's how the magnetic strip works right here. As you can see, I really love to put my pliers out there, so I have that set. Any miscellaneous hooks, you know, lures. We got our scale there ready to go. We got our cooler then, can sit right here. Usually we have some extra space. You can push that up if you need to. Put something else here, maybe if you have, I don't know, maybe another cooler or anything else that you want to bring out. You can easily fit that. We got plenty of room right here, plenty of leg room. And then we have our other motor down here. So whenever Vance and I fish together, we like the luxury of having two motors. That way if it is windy, one guy has a fish on, the other guy then can make sure that the boat's going to stay out of harm's way. We can stay away from shore. Whatever that scenario is, we can definitely make sure that we're taking care of everything. So that was just a quick overview of all the mods that we've made here for 2017. We have a bunch of other ideas that we're going to have for mods that we're going to be working on this winter. Our fishing time right now in Pennsylvania, for the most part, is pretty much over. It is shut down as far as what we can do with the Pelican. So we're going to work on some new things. I got a couple other table mods that we are going to be working on. We got some extra brackets that we were able to get from Pelican, and we're going to work on a few different things for the table, maybe try and shrink that up a little bit both ways and create a little bit more room. Maybe some different things down here, trying to get some more room for us. So please make sure that you guys stay tuned to our channel and check those things out as well. We really appreciate you guys taking the time and watching. Let us know what you think about these mods. Maybe if you guys have tried them. We've seen now a bunch of other guys out on YouTube that have basically taken these mods and made them their own. And we really appreciate that, and we were able to share those ideas and those mods with everybody that's out there. We think that that's great and hilarious. So please let us know, leave some comments. What have you guys tried? What has worked? What hasn't worked? Things like that. We would really appreciate it. As I said before, hit like, hit that subscribe button, tell all your friends and family about the channel, and we really appreciate you guys taking the time. As always, you know what we do when we do it here at fishingwithvance.com. Fish on.